Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades, the daily show. And today we're going to talk about the Big Short Part 2. Is there a potential capitulation event on the horizon? We're going to look at the SPY. We're going to look at the levels that we need to get above and hold. We're going to talk about Bitcoin. Is there a confirmed bear market? Where could we go from here? And we're going to talk about that and a whole bunch more. Before we do that, smash the like button. This does help get this channel out to more people. Thank you to those who flood the comments section. This does help support the channel. And if you're new, welcome. Hit that subscribe button, smash that bell notification, and you won't miss out on the daily updates. Now, before we get into the charts and the news and the Big Short, I want to share an update for the Tribal Trades Discord. Black Friday will be the final day that you can get the lower gold VIP all access grandfathered rate until January of 2028 will be locked in at the current $49 per month. Okay. Now, once Black Friday is done, the price goes up to $79 per month. And so, to make sure, if you're looking to join the Tribal Trades Discord, Friday is your last opportunity. There is a link below in the description of this video. You might need to click the more button. That will pop out and you'll be able to click on that link. Now, it will still invite you to join the wait list. However, you will get access within minutes, hours, and at the very most, maybe 24 hours, depending when you do sign up. So we are open. The Discord is open for the week of Black Friday. The Discord will then close and it will be the higher rate of $79 per month. That gives you access to all channels, the Tribal Trades indicator, one indicator to rule them all the live sessions, live trading sessions, a new indicator that's going to be released and included in your price, and all indicators that we release while you're on that VIP Gold All Access Pass. Now, of course, once the price goes up, that still will be a VIP Gold All Access. It will just be at the higher rate, and there will be no more grandfathered. In fact, this rate will never be repeated again. This is the last opportunity to be grandfathered in to the Tribal Trades Discord until January of 2028. We will never offer the $49 per month ever again for new signups. That's exclusive to existing signups, existing members, and anybody new who signs up. And of course, if you do leave the Discord and want to try and come back later, you lose that grandfathered rate. I want to make that clear here for everybody, just in case. And there's no lock-in at all. If it's not for you, we wish you all the best. But I just know when you see all the incredible life-changing gains and wealth transformational stories in the Tribal Trades Discord family, as I call the Discord family, you're just not going to want to leave, as many who have come in have discovered. All right, well, let's jump over to the news and the charts there, because there are some important things that we need to cover today. And first of all, the real reason between the October 10 crypto crash is being put forward as the MSCI. Now, if you don't know what the MSCI is doing, they released a consultation note apparently on October 10th, which sent panic and fear into the markets, with the potential that MicroStrategy to be delisted from the NASDAQ and other indices, causing a forced sell-off of MicroStrategy and potentially a forced sell-off of the Bitcoin. Now, if this does go into effect on January the 15th, and if they don't sell, they own 77% of their fund, they're calling them MSCI is now actually calling them a fund. If they don't sell 28% of the Bitcoin, they could risk basically losing that NASDAQ listing, and that would be catastrophic, in my opinion, for MicroStrategy. And so that's very important to note that there is some real peak FUD and fear in the markets at the moment, and that's why it's believed that October 10th capitulation was the reason for that. So very, very interesting. However, overall for the SPY, generally speaking, the week of Thanksgiving is moderate bias. Um, 60% of the time the week is green. Okay. So we have a better, slightly better than average chance of it being rallying and being green. And generally the average gain is about 0.23%, so not huge there gains, but some gains, and that's an average gain, by the way. And then the best days usually historically are Wednesday, and guess what? Black Friday. People tend to want to buy the deals, if there are any, on the Black Friday. Even though the market closes at 1 p.m., people get those buys in there for the holiday week, expecting that there will be some kind of Christmas or December rally there, as does tend to happen many years. All right, well, let's jump over to the Big Short, and the Big Short is, of course, Microstrategy. And of course, when could you have sold this or shorted it? The tribal trades indicator, the huge cheat code here, incredible indicator, has absolutely nailed the top there of MicroStrategy back in July of 2025 there. That would have been an incredible place to short or to sell. And of course, we don't have any green dot or green arrow at the moment. The capitulation just continues, particularly after that October 10th event. Let's have a look actually where the price was in October. There it is there. So you see what happens with this from over $350. It's capitulated a massive amount down to 170. Now, I did give a short already. This is why it's called the Big Short Part 2, or we could just say it's a continuation of the short that I gave at 199. And I gave that around about a week or so ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. I shared on YouTube and in the Discord, shorting MicroStrategy at 199. Now, the target to the downside is actually 140, which is the 200-week moving average. Generally, that's your bear market support line. And let's just face it, MicroStrategy clearly is in a bear market here. Losing that 140 line, and we could come all the way back to $100. And then even further down, we could go much, much lower. Depending, Michael Saylor says this event is potentially going to be priced in by January 15th. It could end up being a bit of a buy the news, a sell the rumor, buy the news. Also, the price of MicroStrategy could be really low by then. I mean, that's 2 months away or just under 2 months away. So we really could see massive price drop by then. And also, if they avoid getting delisted, then I would think it will be a bit of a buy the news. That would be extremely bullish for MicroStrategy if they don't get, and it could end up, this is the Big Short too, making money on the way down, but it could also end up being a buying opportunity. But I would rather play the Bitcoin play, which we'll show you in just a moment. Now, of course, if you don't know how to short or put and make money on the way down, listen, you're losing out on these incredible opportunities. You can also play the 2x leverage ETF MSTZ. If the price of MicroStrategy goes down by 10%, you will make 20%. Now, I gave this trade in the Tribal Trades Discord and here on YouTube, by the way, at $8, around $8. I gave a technical target at 16. It hit around $15.50, people. Absolutely incredible. You would have made almost 100% on that play. But there's a bigger play. There's a beautiful saucer bottom or rounded bottom there from about $18. If we were to break above that $18 level there, the technical target to the upside is actually a whopping $34. So that would turn it into a 400% play if MicroStrategy does continue to capitulate there. Now, of course, MicroStrategy, if Bitcoin has a bit of a rally, which it generally does tend to do, it's called a dead cat bounce. Then, of course, the MicroStrategy price could rally, which might lead us to a little bit of a drop here in MSTZ and give us a second opportunity to get in somewhere maybe around this $9.82 area here and maybe create a handle, and then we have this cup and handle or a left shoulder head and right shoulder, inverse head and shoulders. Either way, the technical target is not going to change. It's going to be the same there. So that's potentially what I could see happening and playing out. So that's your Big Short. And of course, the second play is the Bitcoin play. Now, of course, what was the line in the sand? It was the 2 consecutive closes below the 50-week moving average, that's at 102,000 right now. That's happened. So technically, historically, that's a confirmation of a bear market. What tends to happen from here is Bitcoin at some point, usually after that's happened, actually, it will actually continue to drop for around 4 to 5 weeks. But, they say history often repeats, doesn't always repeat, but it often rhymes. Not sure if we're going to see a rally here up to or further capitulation. I did give a line of 81,800 here, and I shared this on the last week. And that's the tribal trades trend line, one trend line to rule them all. And I said, look, if this holds, you can take a long to the upside. That was $81,000 all the way up to 87,000 if you took that quick long. We'll see if that rally can continue or not. It'll be interesting to see. Otherwise, the next level to the downside, if we lost 8,100, is going to be 74,000. Then we're down there to 69, 66. And then 55,000 is usually the bear market bottom there, or roundabout. Sometimes it usually does go a little bit below, but that's usually a good time to start reaccumulating Bitcoin. I do think, however, we could go a lot lower. I do think if MicroStrategy does get delisted, I think it could lead to people believing, and it's possible that they might have to be forced to sell some of the Bitcoin to pay the dividends. And we could see lower prices. I'm telling you now, we could see as low as 40, maybe even 30,000 there. We'll see what happens. And there is a lot of stuff that could happen between now and January the 5th. So there's obviously, again, the tribal trades indicator called the exact top of the bull run. Again, absolutely incredible indicator, massive cheat code. Listen, all you had to do if you wanted, well, is to sell when the tribal trades indicator went red and buy when it went green, sell red, buy green, sell red, buy green, sell red, and we don't have a green dot yet confirmation for that bounce to the upside. And so this short could take some time to play out. We may have a bounce in between. Nothing generally goes down ever in a straight line, although this tends to be going down in a straight line at the moment. So just be careful there with that we don't get, because historically what usually does happen is when Bitcoin does bounce, whether it bounces now or whether it capitulates further and then bounces, is a retest of the 50-week moving average at 102, and also a retest of the 200-day moving average, which is currently sitting at 110. So in theory, Bitcoin, if it does what it's done last time, at some point will retest this 200-day moving average, which is at 110, and that would be some push to the upside, and MicroStrategy would follow that. So just be very, very careful with whatever short positions you are opening or are in. I'm a see profit, take profit kind of person because I know that nobody ever lost money taking profits, okay? And you can always get back in the trade if you need to. If you get out and take profits, you can always jump back in again. I think it's just a good risk management that I have followed. Let's have a look at the SPY here. And of course, I showed you, you've got this head and shoulders, you've got the M formation here as well. The breakdown target there is 635. We are struggling. We must get back above 663, and we do need to get back above that level to invalidate this bearish formation. We've also closed below a weekly candle below the 9 EMA on the weekly for the first time since February. That was the last time we had a close below it, and we know what happened from February to April. It got extremely bearish. Now, that doesn't mean that we can't just have some kind of a bounce back above, and this ends up being a bit of a fake out, and we get back above the 9. We do have the 9 crossing below the 20 on the daily, and boy, I tell you, if the 9 crosses below the 20 on the weekly, that would be extremely bearish for the SPY, and it's quite possible we come all the way back potentially to the 50-week moving average, the 200-day, all around the 610 to 620 area at the moment. But there is some warning, there's some danger there. And of course, thankfully, MicroStrategy is not part of the S&P 500, and I do hope it does not ever get included there in the S&P 500, and it may never get in, it may not even be on the Nasdaq, let alone the S&P 500. And I think that's overall good for the stock market. And look, if we do see a capitulation event, I do just see this as a potential buying event. We could get another generational buying event for Bitcoin at some point. I will keep you updated on the big short too, the Bitcoin and the MicroStrategy short. Remember, there may be a relief bounce, a relief rally there first, but I do believe that there, unless there is some kind of clarification beforehand, but I don't believe that's going to be the case. I believe that they're just going to make the decision on January the 15th. But unless there is some news before that, this could be an incredible short, continued short to the downside. Remember, we started that short position on MicroStrategy at 199. We took the Bitcoin short at 106, or the most recent Bitcoin short at 106. We have been shorting it down there. And of course, if you're looking to join the Tribal Trades Discord, don't miss out. Don't miss out on the incredible opportunity there to join the Discord. I did want to show this wonderful testimony that we have here. Here it is here from Siri. The received the indicator invitation. I was not trading, I was gambling. The indicator showed me how it is like to trade. Now I know when to get in and when to get out of the trade. And I have a lot to learn. This is the best $49 I've ever spent on buying something in my life. Look forward to make up all the losses from the past. Thank you. Really, thanks. And so there you go. The Tribal Trades Discord for the last time, Black Friday, $49 per month. That's it. After that, it's over and the price will go up to the higher price point there. That's all we have time for today. So until I see you in the next episode tomorrow, or if I see you in the Discord, hope to see you in the Discord there, happy trading.